Hey guys, it's Knothead. I'm going to go ahead and do my top 5 RC tools video. I'm not going to be face on camera today because it's a little easier to have everything out. Show you down here what my favorite tools are. They're not necessarily all tools, but they're my favorite kind of RC accessories, I guess you could say. 5 tools in the RC accessories. And I'm going to start in no particular order. But these are some of the ones that I use all the time, especially when I'm wrenching on my car. I'm going to start with the EcoPower Car Stand. This thing's pretty awesome. I like it. I did a video on it. I deleted it because I didn't like it. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk about it here. This is baller on a budget level because it's only like $35, $40. It's kind of a copy of the TLR car stand. I'm going to go ahead and mute out the Stargate that I was watching. So what I like about it is it's got 10 scale shock spots. It's got 8 scale shock spots. You can also use them to put your diffs on. It rotates. It clicks in place. It's cheap. It's got lots of felt all over the place, so it stays nice and steady. And it's made out of metal. The last stand I had was one of the Gyroscopic ones, and I broke it. It was on accident. I broke it, but this is great. For the price, you can't beat it. For what it does for you, you can't beat it. Oh, and you can hold your shocks on there too. If you turn it sideways, you can put your shocks in these. So it's got these right here, and you can put the shock shafts on here. I've done that a couple times. But that's that. Then what I've got, I know I've talked about this on video before, the Techno shock tool, or the Techno wheel nut tool, sorry, wheel nut wrench. This thing is great because you can take your car off easy, but what I learned about it from, I think it was a Joe Bornhorst video, is you can put your diff in here and use it as a diff holder, but it's also got a spot where you can take your shock cap off, and I do that all the time. Whenever I do my shocks, I'll hold it with the next tool I'm going to show, and I'll wrench the shock top on there, just get it nice and tight. The next one is the Techno shock tool. This thing's an amazing tool. If you don't have any, if you don't run a Techno, you should get it. It's got a spot for 3 and 4 mil shafts to hold them in place. 12 millimeter and 17 millimeter hexes. If you're gonna take like your drive shafts off your wheels. And then this has what nobody else has on their tools. It has a ball in and a ball out spots. If you're working on your ball ends, you can pop them out and you can pop them back in. I've come to find out that some of the ends don't like to go in all the way, so I have to end up using the ball outside a little bit. Just gotta be kind of careful because it will pop back through the other side. But I love this guy. These two tools together, the wheel nut wrench and the shock tool, are some of the ones that I use the most. They're probably second and third most used tools that I have. Now the other one I have that I like a whole lot is the Dewalt gyroscopic driver. This guy is great, especially when you pair it with like I have the MIP speed tips, but I think there's Pro Tech speed tips on there. It does differentials perfect. You hold it in there, and it goes in a drive in, drive out based on how you turn it. And you can hold it in a way with the diff and then turn it. And then once it catches, it will pull itself off and turn itself off. So it seats in those screws on differentials perfectly. It's great for building a kit too, because you can get it in there and not over tighten. Not over tighten your screws on it. And this is the tool I use the most. This is absolutely the one thing I use the most, because obviously I do a lot of maintenance. I build my kits, so this gets used a lot. I haven't gotten another battery for it. I kind of do need to get one. But I know like local fast guy Micah Smith, he has like 4 of these, or at least had one at one point, had 4. He's got one for each size, 1.5 to 2.5, and I think he has one for the 5.5 nut driver so that he can do his shocks with it too, which I want to get. I want to get a nut driver bit for it. But this is great. If you don't have one of these, I highly suggest getting one. There are 2 different versions of it. There's this one, and then there's one that has a clutch on it. And that one's cool because it can go like a driver long ways, or you can turn it and it be like a pistol. But it does the same thing. I love this guy. The other one I have is the Easy Clean Tire Washing Station. They recently updated this not too long ago where he can do both left-hand side and right-hand side. This one is a replacement of one I had. That was for left-handed people because I'm left-handed. But this is great because you can do all the way down to your smallest 10 scale tires and all the way up to your biggest truggy tires and 8 scale monster truck tires, I guess, as well. All the bits for it and everything I've got in my pit bag. Let me pull those out. The cool thing about this is whenever you order one, you can pick what size you need. So this 12 millimeter 10 scale, the 8 millimeter or the 17 millimeter 8 scale one comes with a hand crank that you can do, or a drill bit attachment, power drill bit attachment. And so what you can do, what oftentimes I do, I stick this in my gyro driver, pull this box back out. Tire fits inside the box, and the cool thing about this is it's got brushes on 2 sides. The bottom one's adjustable so you can raise it up and lower it down if you want to. But I put my tire in through here, close the gap, and then this guy allows me to clean a tire in no time. I can clean an entire set of 4 tires in a couple of minutes. I don't have to leave my pit spot. They come off clean. And especially if I'm like a big race like Southern Nationals or down at Thornhill or somewhere where the tire wash station is 1,000 miles away, this guy comes in handy. I don't have to leave. I use a mix of 50-50 Simple Green and water to wash my tires, and that will clean them off and add a little bit of tackiness to it, so it gives me a little bit of like a traction compound without blowing the tire, heating it up unnaturally from chemicals. But those are the top 5 that I think are my favorite tools, or the ones that I use most often. I do have a VRP shock stand. It's the V2 one. No, it's the V1, and I have a carbon V2 top that I need to fix. But I use that one every now and then. I'll take it with me to a big race or whatever like that. Again, it's kind of the same reason as the as a tire wash station. Kind of a bonus one. I'll go ahead and pull it out so you can see it. They do a 10 scale version and an 8 scale. I have the 8 scale version. The cool thing about this is it breaks down into 3 different parts: the base, this, and then the top. The V2 top, what it has is it has divots. I'm going to call them divots because I can't think of what I want to say, on the top of the shock stand here, so that you can hang your shock cap on, or hang it from the ball end if you take the ball end out. But this thing is cool. This thing's great. And I use it quite frequently. But yeah, so 6, bonus one shock tool. All right, guys. Well, that's what I've got for today. I'm still kind of thinking about how I want to do the skill video. I'll probably have that one out maybe this week. But as always, thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, comment. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them on a comment on this video. I'll do my best to answer it. One announcement. I'll go ahead and drop myself on camera. If you didn't see, RC Pro North has its 3rd track added. It's going to be at A1 Air Action Park Grand Prairie, the weekend after Southern Nats, which is the 24th and 25th. So Friday practice, 23rd, 24th, 25th of September. So there are 3 races for RC Pro North. at this point, I think I'm going to go ahead and commit to both RC Pro at Shaw's in June, I think it is, and RC Pro North at Indy RC World, which is in August. I'm not going to commit to A1, but I am going to commit to 2 out of 3 and then go to Thornhill for RC Pro Finals. So that's that. Sorry, guys. Bonus content. Again, thanks for tuning in. See y'all at the track.